the basic feeling of the Christians is of no certainty for tomorrow. And from this also their perhaps wish, desire, those who can to leave, to find another place, because they cannot plan their future here. The Christians have become less and less. Since 48, perhaps 60% of the Christians have left the country.
The number of Christians in Jerusalem and West Bank, we are 50,000 out of 3.5 million. So less than 2% of the population. In Israel, we are 140 or 50,000 out of the 7 million of the population of Israel.
This is a very problematic issue, and the risk, which is very evident, is that the Christians, at least in West Bank, will remain just a cosmetic and decorative presence, not more than that.
I was born here in Bethlehem. My father was born in Bethlehem. It means a lot for me to be born in the city of David, in Bethlehem, the place of where Jesus was born. I don't like to leave my country, because all my father's land, my houses, and my family are here. He told us, my father, look, if you want to live in this country, this is the country of problems, because this is a small area, and everyone is fighting for this area. But we look forward always on the hope and to have a better situation and better times, not for us only, for the time of our children. Now my son is telling me, you have seen something in your life. You have been to Lebanon, you have been to the Syria, you have been to, it was open. But now what we have seen, Father?
We're standing here on the roof of the Ecumenical Institute at Tantur on the southern edge of Jerusalem, looking over Beit Jala, Bethlehem, and Beit Zachur. Straight in front of us we see the wall that has been built by Israel to separate the Palestinian territories from Israel. Stretching in front of us here, this part of it, a 8-9 meter high concrete wall. Other parts of it are a road and fence system.
I understand the need of security for Israel. I understand that. The wall is not a solution. It's all creating more anger, more frustration. So it is a punishment and a shame.
I know there's a very, very strong feeling of, particularly on the matter of freedom of movement, which has got to be one of the most difficult things to cope with if you cannot move about freely from place to place. This can leave you very quickly feeling that you are living in a kind of prison.
Bethlehem is a prison. It's just a prison. Nobody can get out without any permit. And even if you have permits, they are very restricted, from 6 to 7, or 6 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the evening. If you are late, you cannot come back, you can be put in jail. The people are completely cut off from the rest of the world, especially Bethlehem.
More than 60 or 70% of the people who are living here, they cannot go out from town. They cannot move without crossing the border. I can go from here to my workers in Beit Zachur. This is a small village of the shepherds. I can go to Beit Jala, even to go to the Palestinian territory. Let us say Jericho is with the Palestinian territory. It's very difficult. We live 5 minutes actually from Jerusalem, and we cannot arrive Jerusalem. And if a tourist come here, can pass easily with his passport. But for us, we cannot pass easily. It's not easy life. We are treated like terrorists.
Wall means no communication. Wall means I don't want to see you, to understand. For us, it is a wrong step. You cannot separate the Palestinian people with a wall.
Well, it's not difficult to look at the West Bank and to see there is no future. The situation is not tragic, it's more than that. Walls never bring peace. They bring more frustrations, bitterness, hatred. They create ghettos. These are the walls.
Christian of Bethlehem, they live only from tourism. So if the political situation is calm and we have pilgrims, they can live, they can work, they can sell what they do as a souvenir. If the political situation is bad, if nobody comes to Bethlehem because they are afraid, because there's no peace, these people suffer and suffer and suffer.
I would say we have about between 55 to 65% of unemployment in the city of Bethlehem. 65% live below poverty line, which is $2 per day per person. And according to the UN, 50% of the Palestinian people suffer from malnutrition, especially the past year due to the boycott of the Palestinian Authority.
So many places, as you see, closed for many years. And this is something bad. We are near the Church of Nativity. No one can believe that these stores closed, no work. All my family left this country. We are 8, 5 boys, 3 girls. I'm the only one who remain here with my wife, my son. All the brothers leave, they are living in the States. They left from the first Intifada and some before because of situation.
Pilgrimage and tourism. This has gone down to 10 to 15% of the normal. The second source of income is employment in Israel. Nobody can go there. This has gone down to 10 to 15% of the normal because they are not given a permit to leave the city. The third source of income is agriculture. 1/3 of our agricultural land has been confiscated. Most of our olive trees now lie behind the wall. That's why we are in a very bad economic situation. The other cause is definitely the physical and psychological pressure caused by this wall of separation and by the occupation.